Ready?
No, wait!
Hello everybody and welcome to this week's NLK. As you can see, I have a little helper this week.
Hello.
I didn't manage to get this recorded during nap time and this is what happens.
Whoops.
So, Abigail's here to help us learn about our topic this week. Last week, you might have seen that me and Rob drew in our challenge. And I've been trying to come up with a new challenge all week and I've really struggled. So I thought that you could decide, what challenge should we do? I'd love to know, but try and make it something that I might win, because that would be great. It could even be Christmas themed because, well, it's December next week. Isn't that true, Abigail?
I know him.
Are you going to get down now?
Bye-bye.
It'll be interesting. Don't take the tripod.
George.
She's going to take the tripod.
George.
No. No.
George. Oh dear.
So, over the last couple of weeks, we've been learning about friendship. And last week was going to be the last week. But then, I heard a story that really inspired me. From one of you guys.
Master, are you pointing at me?
Him? Who? You?
One of our NLKers heard my stories about friendship. And he was having a hard time at school with one of the girls there who was just making life a little bit tricky at times. And instead of just pushing her out and being like, we're not going to get involved with her, he decided to extend the hand of friendship. Wow! And do you know what? It made things at school a lot easier. Maybe this girl just wanted to feel included and feel like part of the group. And that's what one of you guys did. And so I say, well done. You guys are super fantastic.
You done good, Beanpole. You done good.
Well, this week I wanted to talk about a different kind of friendship. A friendship that you're kind of born with. If you've got a brother or a sister, then you'll know what I'm going to talk about. Brothers and sisters can be our friends too.
Touch.
Don't touch. No.
Aww.
Good girl. Brothers and sisters can be our friends too. I have a brother and a sister.
Touch.
I have a brother and a sister. Now some of you will know my sister, Beth Ann.
Hello.
She's been on NLK before and helped us with some challenges and that sort of thing. Auntie B, yes, that's who we're talking about. And me and Beth Ann, we're quite similar but also very different. And we get on really well most of the time. But like all brothers and sisters, we fall out sometimes, or we get a bit annoyed with each other, or we just think, oh, she's doing my head in.
Hey, he was talking to me. No, he was talking to me. Why, you?
This friendship that I'm going to talk about is two sisters from the Bible. Their names are Mary and Martha. Now I'm going to be talking about this with the grown-ups very soon on Grown Up Church. But you guys are even better, so I want to talk to you guys about it first.
Special.
See, Mary and Martha were sisters, but they were quite different from each other. And there's a story in the Bible. It's quite a short story, but it tells us a little bit about Mary and Martha. Well, Martha was a bit of a busybody. She was always running around trying to get stuff done, cleaning, cooking, looking after people. She liked to have people in her home, hosting people, making the place smell and look wonderful, and making sure people were fed. Now I think that's pretty important. Then there was Mary, who liked to just be involved in the party. She liked to be part of it, listening and getting involved with people and just soaking it all up. Now this story, Jesus goes to visit Mary and Martha and their brother Lazarus. And Jesus is sat, I guess in their living room, talking about what all these amazing things that Jesus had to talk about. Like, I'm sure he talked about like miracles that he did, and he talked about how to live well and how to love people, because that's what Jesus did. And here were where the two sisters were. Martha was in the kitchen, cooking, getting things ready, making sure there was food for everyone. And Mary, well, she was sat listening to Jesus. She wasn't helping Martha. She was just chilling out listening to Jesus. Now, poor Martha got really annoyed about this. I don't know about you, but have you ever got annoyed when you're doing something and everybody else is just like, whatever, I'm not helping?
That is very annoying.
Or they just like don't see you doing it. Or maybe you're like that.
Uh-oh, it's the fuzz bastard!
Maybe mum is like polishing round and you're just like sat there putting your cup back on the side and making a mess and making life difficult for your mum.
Hallelujah!
That's loud.
Okay, sorry.
Well, although Mary wasn't making life difficult for Martha, she certainly wasn't helping Martha. And poor Martha was feeling a little bit frazzled. She was a bit on edge. She was a bit upset about it. And in fact, she then confronted Mary and said, "Oi, you're meant to be helping. I'm out in here slaving away and you're just sat here chilling out." Well, Jesus responded to this and said, there is a time for doing and there is a time for sitting, and I'm not going to be here forever, so why don't you just come and join us like Mary? And that got me thinking. Mary knew that it was the time to sit at Jesus' feet and listen. And there are times for us when we need to stop and we need to listen. We need to spend time with Jesus. We need to give him our full attention, not being distracted by the TV or the iPad, not sat eating a snack that's taking all of your brain power away because it's so good, but really giving Jesus our time. But having said that, Martha gets given a bit of a hard time because she is just trying to do things for people that are there. And so Jesus kind of tells her off and is like, come and sit down instead of just doing lots of stuff. But if we all just sit down and just spend time with Jesus all the time and we never do anything, well, the world will never change, because Jesus is actually the one that tells us to go into the world. And so there is a time to be a Mary who stops and does nothing and just listens to Jesus. And there is time to be a Martha who has listened to Jesus and goes off to get stuff done and look after people, make sure people are loved and fed and watered. Watered? Do you water people like flowers? Do you water people like flowers? You can water people like flowers. Maybe I'll give it a go.
I'm melting! Melting! Oh, what a world! What a world!
But it's important that we get the balance. Yes, it's great to sit in quiet times or with worship music or spend time reading our Bible. But if that's all we ever did, it'd be great for us, but it'd be rubbish for the rest of the world, because they need us to go out into the world, to tell them about Jesus, to love on them, to cook meals, to watch their kids, to... Not that you guys should be doing that, you're far too young to be babysitting yet. But we need to go out into our world. So, here's my challenge for you. Number 1, make sure that you're being a Mary. Spending time in the presence of Jesus, listening to him, reading our Bibles, making sure that we are carving out good time as much as we can to spend time with Jesus. It's so important because it helps build us up. It's our food. It helps feed our spirits and our hearts with good things that Jesus has said. And then, number 2, be a Martha. We all need to do, not just sit. but we actually need to go out into our world and tell people all about Jesus. Love on them, care about them. And I know you guys are really good at this. So, big answer for this week. Are you ready, Abigail, for the big answer this week? Our big answer this week is be a Mary and a Martha. Poor Martha gets given a hard time, but she's a really important part of the story too. So that is my challenge for you this week. Now, Abigail, shall we go and have a snack? We like snacks in our house, just in case you couldn't tell. So don't forget to tell me what you think me and Rob should do as our challenge. And we love you! Mwah, mwah, mwah. See you later, everybody. Say bye! Bye! Say bye! Bye! You gonna wave goodbye? No, you're gonna wait until I turn the camera off again and then you'll do it.
You're welcome.